Welcome to the internship program. I am Shubham Gupta from NextGen AI Frameworks Pvt Limited. I have 14 years of work experience in the fields of artificial intelligence, software development and robotics. Let us see what I did with the generate output file. So here what I did is just imported the model files. So as you know, this is pre-processed text converting to lowercase, removing the punctuations and this step, removing the stop words and then returning the pre-processed text. So text will be converted accordingly. So the next thing is, as I told you earlier, you can load these model files like this and run the prediction like this. So now what is happening is we already have the models available there. These are pre-trained models. So when I click on generate underscore output.py or open up this program, this is the response. Now just for the load testing or something like that, let us see the response time. If we run this through, if we add while or for loop here, so let's see for I in range starting from 0 to 100, and if I run this 100 times, how much time will it take? One more thing I will add. Okay, so Python get current time stamp. Okay, so rather than this, what I will do is say it to add start time and end time in for loop and calculate the difference and print it, something like this. Also we will be interested in a new for loop. What it will do is import the time stamp and then use it, show it in the for loop. So they have added this new thing. The code is being run in the background and checking if it is working or not. So this is the new thing for the chat GPT that they are doing. They are also checking or analyzing the things when we upload it, not just generating the code directly. So I will just stop this. Just give me the code. So start time, time. Okay, so I want this in for loop and not outside, and this is the end time. Okay, so I have end time here, and these are the time difference, and I want to print this time difference. This is what I want to see how much time it is taking. So the next thing is I have to include time, import time. Let's see the load testing part. See, done for 100 things or 100 text. So you can see the if we use pre-trained model, things will get faster. So suppose 100 user hit the APIs. In API you will get response even faster than this terminal, because what happens is after the first output it will stop for some time, after the next output it will stop for some time. So API response will be even faster. So the response time that you can see is 0.02 or 0.01. So the time taken is less. So let us look at the overall timestamp now. So this is when we start the program, and this is when things are finalized or completed. So I will move this like this. So now we will look at the overall time taken by this program to process 100 reviews. $1.22. So as you can see, 2 second, or I think 2 or 3 second only. So once the model loaded, okay, so 1.3, yeah, less than 2 second it will take to process 2. Now let us increase this to 10,000. So let's see, hope for the best. 10,000 times we are checking for the movie reviews, if they are at the checking the sentiments. Okay, so any question till now, then I will show you running it for 10,000 or 1 lakh times, how you can load test how your algorithm is working. Okay, so I will increase this even further to 1 lakh times, because this will be the real world scenario. So you have one system, you have one server or system. Let's see on Intel i5 which generation am I having this. So I have a 10th generation of i5 processor from Intel with 2.5 gigahertz, and I am running this on terminal. Let's hope for the best. Let us see the time taken. As you can see, it is taking time because I told you what happens in the terminal is the request will not run in parallel and will run one by one. So if you are using APIs, you will get faster output or response. So the same thing will be reduced by 1 by 10 or 1 by 100 if you run this through API and not through terminal. So I am just showing you the in the terminal, but in the real use case most of them will use APIs to communicate. I think it will take too much time. I have increased the entries to 1 lakh, so it will take much time. So I will just now crash this for now and show you uh, step by step for the 1000 what it is taking. For 1000 it is taking at least 12 seconds to print or check the things. So you can understand the computation power computer has. So 1000 requests, for 1000 requests it took 12.11 second. But I am telling you, if you are if you do this with APIs, then it will be even faster. I can try doing this in this session only. So let's look at this. So we have this. So you understand the basic how you can do this testing, but now let me show you, if I do this with API, the same thing, the response time will be different. So let's see, convert this to Flask code. Okay, so let's see, generate output flask.py, save it, python generate output flask.py. Okay, so I have to install Flask here. Okay, let's see, pip install Flask. Okay, so server is running now, and that I can access through the browser, and the endpoint it created is predict. Okay, so what is happening here is this method is post. You can see here method is post. So postman. So in postman I will go to new HTTP request. I will choose this post here, and here we have predict available. If I hit this now, unsupported media type. Okay, so I have to give the data in this JSON format. So let's see what it requires. Get JSON, and from data it needs review. So body raw JSON, and here what I need is data or no review. I have to pass review here, and let's write some movie was great like this. So sentiment is positive and the response time was 10 milliseconds, 8 milliseconds, 12 milliseconds average. This is the time. So I have converted this program to web application for now. So let's see, or I converted this to API. Now you understand what I did. I created this program or changed this program to Flask web application. Okay, so no questions. So let's see what now I will do is try load testing that I tried in terminal, and I will show you. So there I gave I think 1000 inputs for the movie reviews. Now I will try the similar thing using the API. How can we do this? So first thing is to save this somewhere in the collection. So let's see, save test save. So I have saved this postman request in this collection, postman collection. So I will show you some simple this simple technique. When you click here, you have option of run collection. Then you have performance tab available in the postman. I have already given you the video, and in the previous sessions I have told you how to do the load testing on the APIs. So you can see that video also. So so for example, fixed 100 virtual user, or okay, simulate only 100 virtual users. So for 100 virtual users, let's see what will happen. 100 users will come and access our API. So let's see what will happen, and the test duration is 1 minute. Okay, so let us do test duration 1 minute. Run. Now let us see the average response time here. Requests per seconds are fixed for the user. Total requests sent are 62. Okay, so requests are increasing. 132 total hits on the API, and average response time was this, and no error rate. So we have now 500 for example users, or 6000 hits on the API, and this is the average response time. So 16 to 17 requests are, or 20 requests are going per second. There is no error rate, APIs are not crashing. So maximum time taken here was 7000 milliseconds, so there it is stuck. So the next thing, let's see. So total request were these 1503. So 1503 requests were total for 1 minute, and the average response time was 278 millisecond, and requests per seconds were 22.17. So you can see the response time will be less in this case. So I will show you the previous output. I think I have closed the terminal. If I move this inside the for loop again, and this start time here, so let's now run this python generate output.py. So let's see the average response time. So you can see the average response time. See, maximum response time was 7 seconds. So minimum was 7 milliseconds. So let's see. So you can see the average response time here also. So there is some difference when you run the API. So they will run in parallel using a Flask, but this is blocking IO. Terminal is blocking IO. So it will go to first iteration, then second, then third, then fourth, and then fifth. So you have to wait to process the last output. You have to wait. But in the case of these APIs, they will run in parallel. So you hit with the 1000 requests, and you will get the result in parallel for the 1000 requests. This is the difference between the APIs and when you run on the terminal. So this is blocking, and this is non-blocking in Flask in the web application. So this is the reason you must be seeing all the AI or ML or anything created running on the prompts on the web browser, because this will not block the IO, and multiple tasks on the server can be performed in parallel using APIs. So all the most of the solution that you are seeing will be connected with the APIs only because of the parallel request. So any question regarding this? Any doubt? Understanding what I did here? I have not included the Flask code here. Do you want me to add the Flask code? Do you want me to add in this article the Flask code? Okay, so I will generate output. Okay, so I will include generate output.py as well as generate output underscore flask, both files, so that you can also run things like this and test on your computer how things work. This video marks the completion of this project. I will see you in next session. Have a nice day.